Hello everyone and welcome back. So back here today, continuing on with the GDR front end conversion on my R34, and today I've got all the parts back and the car's been painted. So I had the front doors blended with the old paint so that they'd match the fenders and the bumper, and here is our finished product. It's going to be really hard to see because it's a strange kind of colour. It's black in some light and then browny bronze in others. So you can kind of see the browny bronze in that kind of light, but really sparkly, and he's done a really good job. Couldn't be happier with the paint quality, so I'm going to rip on with getting everything done today, just so I can start driving the car again because it is my daily driver. So we're going to be using all of our support brackets over in that corner, pulling the whole front end off, and it'll be like a big kind of walkthrough on what the whole process is if you've just decided, like I have, to buy all these mounting brackets. So obviously I'll be doing my headlights as well, new indicators, side indicators, so I'll go through all of that so everyone knows what to do if you do want to replicate what I've done. But yeah, we're going to crack straight into it. I'll probably have the camera up on tripods just recording me do bits and pieces, and I'll just update you here and there. So yeah, enjoy the video. Alrighty, first thing I'm going to do is pull off this ratty front bar, which is absolutely disgusting. It's literally held on by zip ties, so it should be reasonably quick to pull that off. We'll just chop some zip ties and that should come out of the way. From there, be able to pull headlights off, be able to pull the front Rio off and all the support brackets off. Next thing we'll have to do is get these side skirts off, so these fiberglass skirts. A couple of screws in each end, and then I'm pretty sure these are Sikka flexed on as well, so we'll have a go at pulling those off and see how they go. Back should be pretty easy because it doesn't look like it's Sikkaed, but we'll give it a crack and see how we go with those. But yeah, just kind of start chipping away and go from there. So that was super easy. Literally had 4 zip ties, 1 in each corner, and then literally 2 on the front. Just snip both of those, and well, all 4 of those, and that all fell off. So that's cool, that's all out of the way. Alrighty, so managed to get a fair few bits and pieces off. So the front rear support's all off, front bar, both the headlights are out, front support bar's out, all the hardware's out, and it's looking very bare at the moment. So next thing I'll probably do is get the GDR Rio and line it up and see how it's going to fit. I might have to trim little bits and pieces just on these mounting brackets that go over the top here. So those little brackets, I've had to cut a little bit off underneath those on my other intercooler just to make it all fit. So test fit that, see how it goes. My side skirts, I'm going to have to get a razor blade and just trim out the Sikka flex, which is holding these on, just so I don't snap them in half. So pop those off, and then from there I'll be able to pop the fender, put the new fenders on, and should be starting to take shape pretty quickly. So I'm going to test fit some bits and pieces and see how it looks. So I've got the GDR Rio bar, and I was having a bit of a look, and they've actually completely redesigned these brackets for the GTR. Obviously GDRs have the front mount intercooler where GTTs have side mounts, so they didn't need the clearancing. So you can see the difference between that bracket there with that big kind of chunky bit in the middle there that comes out, where these have no chunky bit and it kind of goes over the top of where the intercooler sits. So this Rio perfectly clears the cooler, won't have to trim anything off it, it'll just bolt up perfectly fine. One of my intercooler mount bolts has come out, so I'm going to tidy that up a little bit while I'm here, make sure the intercooler is mounted properly, and then I'll chuck this Rio on and get the other mounting brackets on and keep working my way back up. Alrighty, so I'm just going through now and installing all the bits and pieces that we have lying around that fit onto the bumper and fenders. So to start off with, I've put the license plate holder on. All that's held on by is underneath the bumper, 2 of these slide on, and then 10mm bolt, and then that mounts. Those 2, you can just make out those 2 bolts under there, and when you pull the bracket forwards and tighten that, it stays clear of the bumper so it doesn't ruin the fresh paint job that you've just put on there. Other bits we've got is left and right side bumper brackets. So these are supports which pretty much locate the bumper against the fenders. So you just want to follow the body line. So you can see that's got the angle cut out, that's got the angle cut out, so that's where that piece clips into. 1, 2, and then do the same on the other side. Same deal, body line and body line. And that just clips in like so. So next thing we're going to do is put our Nismo clear indicators on. These have a left and a right marked on the top. They just slide into place and you'll hear them click. I can locate it. Go, so that's clicked into place there, and you can see on the back, if you have a look there, that's where it's pushed through the bumper, and you can see those tabs have opened up to show that it's locked in. Same deal on the other side, we'll repeat that. So it does require a fair bit of force to push it in. Just the 2 clicks, same deal, both goes through on the back. So originally I had orange on the other car, and I'm actually really liking this clear. I actually like this. I think it looks really nice against the blacky bronze kind of colour, so that's very awesome. We're going to go and sort out our fenders now, get all the bits and pieces on those, and we're just working on getting the side skirts off at the moment. They're stuck down with Sikaflex, so we're trying to get those off without damaging them too much, so yes. So we've had some drawings with the indicators. We think they may be the wrong style, so we're probably going to have to get those swapped over. But it is now time to fit up these badges, which are both brand new GT badges, thanks to Ashley for getting me these. And we've got a left and a right side, so these can only go one way. So this will be our right side. Pull the backing off, and that just locates nicely. Go. So there's our brand new GT badge mounted up, and just make sure that's all the way down. Feels pretty good, and now we'll repeat. And that is our other GT badge mounted. So the next bits I'm going to be putting on are these 2 little parts where the screws go into, and these actually mount into the fenders. So matching the shapes up, should press in that way, like so. That'll just clip in, and we'll do the same on the other fender. Just clips in like so. And the other piece we'll want to do is, I don't think it's that hole.
It would be the square.
So this little one at the front here, one on that fender, and same on the other fender. Awesome, and that just gives us a mounting point, so when we are mounting up our brackets, they have something to screw into. So that's awesome. That's our fenders all prepared and ready to mount up, so let's get into it. Alright, so after a very long battle, we managed to get one side of the side skirts off and got the fender off. And what I've done now is got the guard raiser, so the GDR guard mount into a different spot and a little bit higher than standard GTT guards. So this is just a metal panel that just attaches in. So I've got 1, 2 and 3 as my standard mounting holes, and then you can see these 3 raised ones as well. 4 raised ones actually is where the GTR one mounts up to. So I'm going to mount this fender up now. What I'm going to do is leave the side skirts off, because I'm going to try hunt down a set that's actually OEM and fitting, rather than a fiberglass set that is just going to break apart anyway. So luckily all underneath the car has been painted in the black as well, so it doesn't stand out too much, which is good. Not like you can see much while it's dark anyway, but yeah, we'll get that fender mounted up and then jump over to the other side, pull the other side skirt off, pull the other fender off, put the razor on, put the other guard on, and once the guards are mounted, from there I'll be able to mount up all the headlights and stuff like that. The guard's like the main thing which everything lines up off, so we'll get those on and continue on. Alrighty, so we've got our first GTR guard on. Probably hard to see, but if you remember what it first looked like when I put the car on the ground, you see how much the wheel's gone in, so it's probably added about 15 mil to the front guard roughly. And we've got our brand new headlight all mounted up as well. Perfect gaps. So for now I'm just going to get all the panels on because it is quite dark, and then on the weekend I'll go ahead and adjust things up and get all the panel gaps perfect. But for now we'll just get it to a point where it can move and drive without anything rubbing on each other. So I'm going to go pull the other side skirt off now on the other side, and then pull that fender off. Once the fenders are swapped over, it's a pretty straightforward process. The bar pretty much falls into place after then, so should be good. Alright, so side skirt and guard is off on the driver's side. Got both side skirts sitting down there, both guards off, and here I've got the other guard riser, so I'm going to chuck that on. Got our new GTR guard over there. We'll chuck those two on, get all that bolted up, and then from there put in our driver headlight, and we'll be good to slide on the bumper and bolt it all in place and see how it looks. Alrighty, after a very long night, it is all done. It's all back together, almost everything's working. We've got a few little bits and pieces to sort out. We ended up having the wrong indicator lens things, so we've got to get those, got to get a couple of bulb holders that'll fit those as well. But for the most part, all back together, all looking good. Need to get the front grille sorted. Number plate fitted up perfectly, but yeah, all looks good. So I'll put in some clips at the end of this of just photos and little videos of the car once it's in the daylight, so you can see what it actually looks like, because you can't see a lot on the camera, so we'll see those now.